Welcome to the Big Slice Music Show here on That's Manchester TV. I'm your host, Paul Owen, for the evening. Please get in touch with the show, hashtag That's TV and at Slice Music Show on Twitter. I am joined by Nev Cottee this evening at Ramsbottom Festival. You're part of Manchester's musical heritage. You're part of the furniture. Really? To be fair. Yeah, of course you are, Nev. And I mean, Revolution Radio, you're a massive singer-songwriter. You've got a great band behind you.
I'm old. I'm old.
You're feeling the cold apparently tonight.
Say again?
You're feeling the cold.
I am. I'm a bit nesh.
We'll have a hug in a minute.
Saying Salford, yeah. I'm cold, yeah, I'm always cold. I need some meat on my bones, you know. But it's nice in here, you know, in the tent.
In the VIP area now, so.
Always, that's where I live.
So I mean, Nev, you've been involved in Manchester music for years and years and years. I mean, you know, you've got a band together now that's been going for a period of time. I mean, why have you brought that together now, and kind of why are you working kind of towards the band now?
Yeah, I've been in various bands, playing guitar and bass even. I've even, gone that low. And
Proud Mary as well.
Proud Mary, I was in Proud Mary. So yeah, I've always been in bands and I've always been a songwriter, and it's only in the last sort of 5 years that I've sort of gone out on my own and kind of discovered that I can actually sing. That was always the stumbling block, that I could never hit those high notes. I always wondered why I could never sing like, the Beatles.
Is that believing in what you're doing as a singer?
I mean, it's about finding your own voice, and I do sing in a sort of baritone, low voice, which I have. And it was only upon discovering that I thought, oh right, I don't need to be in a band, I can do my own thing. And yeah, it's sort of just getting going, really.
Did that take a while to discover that voice and that confidence? Because you've been playing, pumping music out over the airways for years. You know your music, yeah. But then to kind of have that confidence, was it quite kind of difficult exposing your music to them people that have kind of respected you for music for so many years?
It was weird in a way that I was just saying to the band before, I've done countless gigs in bands, and I didn't even think about going on stage. I just walk on there, you've got your guitar, and it's weird, as soon as you become the frontman, it's a completely different entity. Once there's a microphone there and people are actually listening to what you're saying, whole different dynamic, and it's weird getting used to that, having done so many gigs as a guitarist. This is like a new thing, but it's great. It's a bit nerve-wracking for the first few gigs, but I'm kind of in the zone now, and I've got my banter sorted out.
So I mean to be involved in music for that many years,
yeah.
And then did you have to find a new confidence, a new kind of to push it forward? Was you worried about kind of people kind of going, well, he knows his music, and then kind of finding your own voice, and then finding that thread to kind of find your own pace with music?
I think it was initial sort of, not a fear, but scepticism, because I do sing so low, and for some people it's a bit disconcerting, and it takes them a while to sort of tune into that. I'm really not belting it out. I'm more of a sort of, speaking of the greats like Nev Cottee, Tom Waits, I'm way down there. And that's what I'm trying to do. So yeah, it takes people a while to sort of get on that. But once they do, and they understand that they're not going to be hearing Barry Gibb hitting those high notes, then I think people can kind of enjoy it and get on it,
I mean, the proper ballads, though. I mean, you held the crowd. Yeah. No one was moving. When they was in there, they was in it.
Yeah, like I say,
new and old fans.
There's no high energy, four to the floor disco. You never say never. That might be the next album. But it's.
I can see it, Nev. I can see it.
Maybe, you never know, it's you got to go where it takes you, but at the moment, yeah, it's kind of like quite moody, like I say, coming from the Leonard Cohen, Lee Hazelwood school, so who knows, let's see where it goes. I'm just following my instinct.
It's true. So I mean, you played Ramsbottom Festival tonight, it's a great festival to play. There's been loads of great people coming through the doors. What does it mean for you to kind of play Ramsbottom?
Well, I know Ramsbottom Festival really well because I've DJ'd here a few years ago, and my friend lives there. I think I can see his house.
Is that the camper van? Or?
He's been here about 10 years, so I know Ramsbottom like the back of my hand, and I've been to about, I don't know, how many has there been now? Sort of eight now. Saw Richard Hall here, that was great. So yeah, it's kind of building, and it's really respected. I love coming in. It's a beautiful festival, good vibes, and yeah,
it's a really nice place to be.
And I live half an hour away.
You've seen people come and go over the years, Nev, flashing the pans in Manchester music. I mean, how has it changed from kind of when you engaged in music in Manchester and become involved in it, and how do you see it moving forward?
I don't see myself as part of any scene or whatever. There was a time we were talking about radio before, when it's a young man's game as well. I'm middle-aged, firmly middle-aged now, so I have no idea what's going on. So although I do see myself as sort of Mancunian and coming from the north of England, I don't see myself. I have no idea what's going on, and I'm not part of any.
You still tapped into it? You still kind of, because you used to be on Revolution Radio.
When I used to do my radio show, I really put the hours in and tried to listen to new stuff, and it's a sad thing, but I just.
It's a lot of energy, doesn't it? It takes a lot of time.
The hours in. I've got a few mates who I get a few tips off, and I listen to this and that, but. Yeah, sad to say, there's probably some great stuff out there that I don't know about and I would like to hear, but I'm just listening to Neil Young and stuff like that.
Neil Young, they're guaranteed, It's like, so I mean,
yeah. So I'm kind of just doing my thing, and then if people want to get
enjoying that,
whether it's part of some scene in Manchester, I doubt it, but leave that to the kids. And
well, I mean, it is fast paced in Manchester. I mean, you don't. It's fast paced. There's like, if you don't gig for a few months, you do fall by the wayside. How's that changed from kind of when you was involved in music to kind of where it is now? Because if you don't get signed quite soon, you fall by the wayside, don't you?
I mean, like anything else, yeah. If you're not out there making music and releasing stuff, then yeah, people will quickly forget about you. But I think like everything else, the internet's just blown all those little scenes and subcultures. I was talking about this the other night. You kind of, in a way, it's very good and it's opening, music up to a lot of people. But in a way, it's kind of killed those local subcultures
and trends and
and like hanging around at this record shop and going to this place and this bar. Like I say, I'm sure these kids in Manchester are totally on it. I don't know. I go and have a pint with my mates or whatever. So. I'm sure it's going on, but I don't know about it. So, but I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing. I'm on a sort of creative role at the moment, and I've got a new album ready to go. So that's all I'm focusing on. I'm not really part of any.
So you're just enjoying producing that music, right? Are you writing on your own, or is it because obviously you got a band behind you? Are you writing solely on your own?
Yeah, I write on my own, and I just bring in the guys for the live work. I kind of record it with a producer mate of mine in Cardiff, down in Wales. And the live thing is kind of a separate thing, I'm really into sort of production and getting the record sounding amazing. Trying to reproduce that live is, let's see what we can do. But for me, it's about the records, and live's just a little bonus where we can all have a good time and come to places like this and enjoy it,
So, I mean, for you, radio's changed so much, music has,
the internet's ruined everything.
Do you think it's ruined everything? It's given exposure, and there's a lot of internet radio stations now. I work for an internet radio station, which is great in its own right, but is it overexposure for these sort of, because they don't deserve it, or?
I think it's good. I had a girl in Russia got in touch with me last night about doing a gig there next year, so that's amazing. Did a German tour last year, just a random guy. So you got that connection where you can just go straight to the source. People can tell you they love the record, and that's amazing to get that feedback directly from someone. So you've got that, you're at one with your fans and you've got that interaction, which is great. But in a lot of ways, the old model of, the record contracts and, the 747 and, those days are gone, and it's like you're either Coldplay or Adele, or you're like, a low artist. There's no in-between bands, it seems now,
Do you think a lot of A&R are looking for them singles? Them big hits where they'll make a load of money, and it's like they don't care what happens after that. Is that the way the industry's going?
You're asking the wrong person. There was a period when it was kind of.
You've seen a lot different though, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been in bands with record deals, and I've seen how it works. And like I say, that model's out the window. If you ask me how it works now, I haven't got a clue, and I'm not interested really. I'm happier out of that and just doing my thing. You know what I mean?
Do you think that's nice to kind of back yourself out of that and then just enjoy it and be isolated and just literally just produce your own music instead of being influenced by the outside factors?
There's a lot of, when you've got a record deal, you get a lot of pressure from record companies about like producing singles, and in a way it's great because there's a lot of money behind you, and when I was 25 I loved it. We're out on the road, there's the tour bus, there's the gigs, and I lived that life and I loved it. That's not the life for me now. If something happens, great, but I'm very happy doing what I'm doing and, you know, building up a sort of, you know, a listenership that, you know, people that like my stuff.
Good music.
Who's to say what'll happen in the future? But yeah, I don't know how it works. It's beyond.
It changed so quickly, don't it? I mean, so what's next for Nev Cottee moving forward? 2016, 2017. Have you got anything in the pipeline?
Yeah, the new album's recorded. It's going to be great. It's an hour-long epic about the night time called Dusk, and that's coming out early next year. It's got amazing sort of musicians on it. Got a French singer, this female singer, going for a bit of a Serge Gainsbourg vibe on it. And the next album after that is already written, going on a bit of a Neil Young tip. So I'm just writing songs. And then, yeah, next year we're going to be doing some gigs.
The best place for you to offer people to engage, with your music, get in touch with you, listen to what's new for Nev Cottee.
Google me, man. Just Google me, yeah. So there's a website and all that, but Nev Cottee, and yeah, get in touch and I'm there, you know, and I'm just putting the records out.
Well, Nev, it's been an absolute honour and a real pleasure to sit down with you tonight and have a chat with you. Good luck with the future, 2016-17. I'm going to be following you closely anyway, so thank you very much. Welcome to the Big Slice Music Show here on That's Manchester TV. I'm your host, Apollo, and this evening tune in every week 9 till 9:30 to tune up the very best in new music across the country. This evening we are at Hatch Festival in South Manchester in a very idyllic part. I'm with Mark Hatch, who's the organiser and founder of Hatch Festival. Mark, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Paul.
All right, mate.
Nice
How you
to
doing?
see you. I'm great. I feel even better now it's all going.
So I mean, what I'd like to do, Mark, is rewind a little bit.
Yeah.
That's kind of why they started, because this has come from a real close place. Obviously, your sister passed away through cancer. I mean, and that's why this has sparked a real creative environment for the festival, hasn't it?
Well, initially, yeah, me and Karen were musicians, and her sons are musicians, and a lot of my family are musicians. And I think it was the only trait that I could actually employ and bring into this little idyllic village that I live in. And I think, I mean, she's looking down now. I don't know whether she's thinking,
should be proud.
What have I done? But I'm doing it, and we can only progress.
Yeah.
And I just want to make sure that each year grows a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Not too big, but on a natural level of progression. And I just want it to be very organic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this festival has been nurtured from love, and it's coming from the right place. I mean, Jimmy Goodwin just gone past, ready for his
Jimmy
DJ
just
set.
floated past.
Good old Jimmy Goodwin. I'm going to be calling him for a beer in a bit. I mean, they're the sort of people that are kind of giving the support for this event, though, aren't they?
Everyone who's got involved, Paul, yourselves included. I'm so grateful that everyone wants to just give as much as they can to support this ongoing charity building event.
Yeah, just simply buying a ticket, the support.
Oh,
not only the event, but the music as well.
50% goes to charity, and obviously the costings are what they are, as we know about big events, and it scared me to death.
Yeah.
But I've got to do it. It's my dream, and I think we're going to just make it, you know, it's just a lovely festive environment for all the family, friends, and the community.
Yeah.
Anyone local, any local bands that even give me a sniff of what they want to do on stage, I went, guys, get on, fill the gap.
Yeah.
So it's about up and coming local bands, showing us what we've got, and obviously, I mean, I'm on
a real taste for the good music though as well, for the bigger artists as well.
Well, my good friends are Joe Roberts, Melanie Williams, Sub, Mel and Joe. I've been following Joe for years, and we bumped into each other and made this event start from last year, and this is the first real year that I can say it's. I just want to make some money for charity.
Yeah. I'm delighted this evening. I'm going to introduce Melanie Williams. You might know her from Sub, and she's got a new incarnation of a band. Melanie, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. I've seen you knocking around at the festival earlier on.
Oh, I'm always knocking about here.
I wasn't sure whether we'd get the chance to have a chat with you, Well, son, I appreciate you're on the stage quite soon this evening.
Yeah, it's amazing that you're here. Thanks so much for supporting this event, which is actually Hatchfest, which is quite embryonic. And we were here last year, and it was such an amazing vibe that we knew we had to come back again this year. Last year I was really torn because I'd committed to this because of Mark, because of the meaning behind the festival. And I was asked to do radio festival number 6. But I
and you turned it down for this?
I had to because I'd already committed. And you know what? I think you can feel it.
Yeah.
There is something special being born here, I think we're at the birth of something.
I think it's right when you said before, when you come over that hill and you kind of see the piece of land and you see the lakes, it's just a beautiful feeling. If we can rewind a little bit for the viewers at home, for Young, so Melanie Williams, Sub, you were signed to a major label, you're part of the Hacienda Days, you're part of the fabric of Manchester music, right?
Yeah. I was very privileged Ain't No Love was one of the biggest tunes to ever...
I love that tune, by the way. I love that tune.
Thank you. To ever come out of Manchester and Rob's Records, Rob Gretton, the great Rob Gretton of Rob's Records. And the Hacienda obviously was in full flow then. We were always doing the Hacienda parties. And to be fair, all the remixers like David Morales and Frankie Knuckles that I worked with back in the day meant that even if your mainstream music wasn't connecting, you could go and earn a fortune from the remixes.
Doing live vocals.
Yeah. So I was always very grateful for those incredible remixes and felt incredibly privileged to be a part of that whole era. That seems to be coming back around.
Do you think there's a rebirth of that? Because you look at music now. For me, I deal with a lot of new music coming through the ranks in Manchester and stuff. How's it changed from the Hacienda days, and how do you see it kind of moving forward? Is it a different dynamic now than when you enjoyed that success with Sub?
Well, there is a very different dynamic happening now because there isn't the investment available. You really have to be self-creative. It's all about your online presence.
But I mean, next year, what can people expect?
People can expect a little bit more each time it grows, but the main thing is I want every new band that's available to just come to me, ask me, can I perform?
Yeah.
Because each time everyone's hearing a new band locally, Manchester, Macclesfield, Greater Manchester, Bolton, anywhere they are, you want to come.
Yeah. This is a stone's throw from Manchester, isn't it?
It's a stone's throw from Manchester. I'd say Mottram St Andrew is in a central hub of a lot of lovely idyllic places and people. And I think if they all come down and just share a bit of the love.
It's a festival for the people.
It's definitely Paul.
And it's a great cause as well.
For the people and families and all the new bands. People have got to see the new bands.
Yeah, no, and I think that's what it's all about. So you're going to grow it next year, more stages. Any hint of kind of what you're going to do? Because there's been a few surprises this year, which has been fantastic. Which I'm not going to share because people have not come down.
Well,
but what can people expect?
Down,
where can people find it? What can people expect?
I think with the bigger companies are going to be working with, I think the promotion side, and I've got to thank a special person in my life, Lisa Hewitt. She has done hours and hours and hours of work to try and push this on social media, and I've never known how great social media can be, but I've learned just by using it with the right people, sharing it, and just creating an environment of sharing.
Yeah.
So it's working.
Yeah.
And each year I think we should have a little bit more, go a little bit bigger to raise a little bit more money.
You've got a new incarnation now for your new band. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Well,
who they are?
Butterfly Jam is we're playing tonight. Is a really organic, eclectic band of all mine and my husband Joe Roberts of Love of Faith musical influences. So it's got it's quite eclectic, but it's rooted in hip hop and soul.
I'm there.
And old soul, and also Butterfly is in Native American culture, which I love. It's a symbol of transformation.
That freedom. Okay.
It's a symbol of transformation, and jamming So the name means transformation through jamming, because we don't have the same time to rehearse.
So it's like a jam session when you play.
So partly we can get it together, and the rest is a jam, because no one has those kind of, unless you're Beyonce, no one has that kind of time, that kind of budget.
Life takes over.
But what it does make you do is you have to be so present and so electric in the moment, and you have to connect to each other so that you can almost flow together inspirationally. So sometimes we're like, I want to be more rehearsed, please give me more time. But when the gig goes well, you think, thank God we weren't more rehearsed, because something happened that
wouldn't have happened otherwise.
That wouldn't have happened otherwise.
Too scripted, too kind of not organic enough.
Too controlled. And it's the same with this festival. It's like everyone has mucked in. I only came down here to talk about the itinerary of the run of the bands, and I got roped into whether or not we could have the blow up pub, where the fairground should go.
But you feel part of it though as well.
Everyone mucked in. It's like if you set foot on this land, you were setting up a table, or you were doing serving behind the bar. So, and there's something.
It's got a real feel that everyone is part of it. The real ownership and a real responsibility to make sure it stays the way it does.
Exactly. And it's for real. It's a bit like your social media. If you try and fake it, if you genuinely build your social media, it's on much more solid foundation.
More engaging.
And it's more real. I mean, I know that it's tempting to sort of, I don't know, buy and blind people with science and make it look like it's more's happening than it isn't. I don't know. I'm still down with the authentic approach. I can't get away from it. I think that in the end, that has to win out.
Yeah, I think that's it. So, where's the best place to get in touch with the festival? If bands want to play, where's the best place on?
If bands want to play, there is a Hatchfest site, .co.uk, set up, which is brand new, and it will progress.
Yeah.
And I think it will get a little bit more noticed, because it's all about the earthiness, the location, the music, and the people.
Yeah, I think that's about. Well, I'm a fan anyway. I'm going to enjoy some more beers tonight anyway with yourself.
Thank you very much, man.
And it's been an absolute honour to have you on. And next year's going to be absolutely blow out of the water. Today's been great, by the way.
Thank you.
Fantastic. It's been amazing. Well, Melanie, thank you for giving us some time this evening at Hyde Festival for That's Manchester TV. I can't wait to see you this evening at Butterfly Jam as your new incarnation. It'd be great to get you in on SSR to do a bit of a session with us. I'm saying it on air because I want you to go on my show.
It's an absolute unmitigated yes.
Fantastic. We've got it on TV. Melanie Williams, Butterfly Jam. This has been the Big Slice Music Show. I'll see you next week.
Thank you for being a part of Hatchfest.
Thank you. See you soon.